Hola.
Hola mi amigos. Welcome and greetings from the Dominican Republic. Punta Cana, Hotel Iberostar Dominicana. Very nice too. This is the last morning of our delightful stay in the Dominican Republic. We have now packed, the suitcases are ready to go. So we just thought we'd give you a few words about how we've enjoyed ourselves over the last 2 weeks. We were here, obviously, to celebrate Neil and Michelle's wedding. That was last Saturday, a very hot sunny day. The ceremony went very well, quite short. It took place in the centre of a small shopping centre on site, with a bar and disco behind, but when it was all made over, it looked very nice. That was followed by an hour of cocktails, which went on...
Dominican time cocktails.
Dominican time cocktails. Which, do you stop interrupting, please? Which went on from about 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And then the wedding dinner was in the Mexican restaurant, where we had much frivolity, a little bit of dancing, and everybody putting on big Mexican hats to look silly. All in all, a very nice day. And we sincerely hope that when Neil gets married again, he'll invite us to another special do.
And Michelle looked lovely.
And Michelle looked lovely. You'll see the still photographs later. We haven't done much really over the last 2 weeks.
No.
You know, it's all inclusive. Eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want. And the latter being obviously in Elizabeth Mary's interests. Down to the beach, sit on the beach, read a book, watch the world go by, come back for dinner, go back to the beach, sit under the palm leaf parasol, watch the world go by again. Not a lot going on, but there is a lot going on the resort. There's lots of activities if you feel that way inclined. We didn't particularly feel that way inclined. Spent a lot of time on the beach.
Went fishing.
Went fishing, we'll come on to that in a minute, stop interrupting. One or two highlights of the trip were Elizabeth fell over twice on the beach.
You fell over playing football.
I fell over attempting to play beach soccer, but you fell over twice. The reason she gave for this was that her toes got in the hem of her trousers and she fell over. I'm not too sure about this. I think it could have been the copious quantities of Ballantine's and Diet Cola she drank the night before. But I've given it a little bit more thought, and I think really she was distracted by the contents of the various Speedos that are on display along the beach.
Oh, there's some sights.
See, she has been looking, she won't admit it. I had a very, very exciting day the other day, but I can't tell you about that. Well, go on, I will do. I went parasailing. Up on the back of a boat, on a parachute, super duper view of the island and everywhere. Really good time. I think that's about as high as I've been since the first time I met Elizabeth Mary. And the final highlight of the holiday was a fishing trip, a deep sea fishing trip. I was going to go with one of Michelle's relations, Brian, and Elizabeth said she wanted to come along as well. She said she hadn't had a long rod in her hand for many years, so she would enjoy it. So off we set on this boat, bobbing around in the ocean, not feeling too well, unfortunately. There were 4 Canadians on board, and 3 of us, Liz, Brian and I, and there were some good points about the trip, some bad points. The good points were we caught 5 fish, 4 ugly looking dolphin fish and a barracuda. The other good point was 2 of them were actually on Lizzie's rod, but she was too ill to actually land them. I was the first to chuck up over the side of the boat. Bacon sandwiches, very nice. This was closely followed by Elizabeth, who also chucked up, but into the wind. Not very nice. Followed by a Canadian lad, and the other lass from Canada just laid down on the bench feeling unwell for 4 hours. It was a very interesting trip, but we have learned something from this trip. That is, number 1, if you're going to go fishing, always take a spare t-shirt with you. Number 2, if you're going to be sick, don't be sick into the wind or as the boat lurches towards you.
No option but.
No option but. It was a very, very choppy sea. And in Elizabeth's case, perhaps we shouldn't go fishing ever again. But it was very good.
Unless I take a sick bucket.
We should take a sick bucket. I don't think our Dominican first mate was too impressed.
Not impressed.
But at least we didn't do it inside the boat, only outside, and it had to be washed up. Anyway, that's about all we've done really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't done a lot really.
No,
Lazed
watch the
around,
world.
watched the world go by. Very nice. The Christmas lights came on actually 2 nights ago. All the trees have got lights on. It's going to be very nice here over Christmas. I'm going to show you a quick view from the balcony now. We haven't got a great view from the balcony, although we do overlook some very nice gardens, and the gardens are really kept in excellent condition. Very lush, just like Lizzie. I'm going out of shot now, and I shall pan round and show you one or two of the... Oh, do you like my t-shirt? My Dicky-Doo t-shirt. I'm wearing this because I was told from the feedback I got from the previous video that my shirt clashed with my shorts. Okay, so there's Elizabeth Mary again. Say bye-bye.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos. Oh, into the lingo, she's done very well. Okay, so from the balcony you can see these lush gardens. We have a window box with all sorts of plants growing in it here. Palm trees, coconuts on the trees, all these palm trees that have lights on